ones that's happened. We're talking about Cinder? Yes, we are talking about Cinder. I apologize. I was a day late on this, but we're going to get to it.
Oh my fucking god, here we go again. Now, what is it this time? It's nothing gacha related. Surprisingly,
wow.
This is VTuber related. Now, we're talking about Cinder today. Now, if you don't already know, Cinder is a pretty fucking big VTuber, co-owner of GamerSupps, which I'm still trying to get sponsored by, but god fucking damn it, they don't want me. But she is a big content creator, VTuber, obviously. She is a co-owner of GamerSupps, and she looks like this.
Yep, I can see why people watch that. Definitely.
I know. Now, she's had a little drama recently, and a little is a fucking understatement, because she is in, for the VTuber community, she is cooked, okay? She is cooked. Now,
I do think that after all of this, this might have actually just ended her career. Like, she'd have to, like, rebrand or do something totally different, because I've never seen such a unified hate towards a VTuber ever before in my life. This is probably the biggest amount of hate that I've ever seen towards a VTuber before.
Tweeted out this, effective immediately. Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I'm able. Now, if you don't know who Redacted is, from my knowledge, don't take this as guaranteed, but from my knowledge, Redacted is their boyfriend, or so to say.
There are a lot of these girls, and this is extremely common, that lie about having a boyfriend in order to continue farming simps and getting donations. It's a meme on the internet, and I think in a lot of cases it isn't true, but there's a reason why it's a meme. It's because in some cases it actually in fact is.
Hey, something like that, or a girlfriend, I don't fucking know, it's their love. What even happened? Nanolis, a great artist, tweeted out, hello, I'm here
Simp farming? Yes. Shondo called it out months ago. Well, everybody called it out. I mean, of course, this is what happens. Let me see if I can find the clip about that. Give me a second. Cinder. I'm not seeing the clip. I'm sorry, guys. I would play it, but I might not be able to. Maybe it's a tweet. I thought we'll start talking about it. Either way, yeah, a lot of VTubers do have secret boyfriends. Of course they do. I mean, it's common sense, right? Of course.
I feel it is necessary. Please do not send hate to anyone on my behalf. This is all I want to say. With a Google Doc. Now, this Google Doc is pretty fucking long, right? Pretty fucking long with some damning evidence. Now, I'm personally not going to read all of this because I have a great summary. Tectone tweeted out, after 2 hours, 4 documents, and 2 posts, and a lot
2 hours reading this shit?
of reading, here are the major takeaways on the Cinder situation in each document posted. What we can conclude. Nano's document. Redacted is Cinder's mouthpiece. Confirmed Cinder knew everything Redacted said. Red/Sin were attempting to monopolize an editor/artist against their desires. Guilt trip and manipulate them into doing their work and no one else's. What Cinder's doing isn't fucked up to do to one's competition. However, doing it to their friend is a whole different story.
So she was trying to be friends with people. So let me get this straight. It was a girl who was trying to be friends with other girls, but she was actually secretly trying to backstab them the entire time. Am I getting this right? Huh, I think that's the first time this has happened.
Redacted gaslighting Nanolis using revisionist history. Rain's document. Cinder sexting another man while in a relationship. Cinder trauma dumped to another person about how bad her relationship is to someone she is interested in.
That's bullshit.
Rain and Cinder are very scummy in this document. Rain claims this wasn't meant to be a witch hunt, but it very clearly was done with the proper timing to have this document gain the traction they wanted, and so it did. Is that wrong?
100%.
Up to you to decide. Van's post. Van exposes Red being Cinder's boyfriend. Not big deal. Tons of VTubers hype the fact that they have SOs just far more parasocial to get gifted than super chats.
I love that Tectone just fucking says it. It's not even like a controversial statement. It's just like a clarifying statement that everybody knows and acknowledges to be real. Did Namorath do this? Many girls do this. Very many girls do this. The fact is that a lot of guys, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. A lot of people aren't going to say it, but I want to hear it. If a guy cannot imagine himself in a relationship with you or a female, the possibility of one of these streamers he watches, that's the truth. I know it sounds weird, and that's because it is. But that's the reason why, if you look at the top 100 male streamers, you've got a number of weird-looking or ugly dudes. If you look at the top 100 female streamers, you don't see a single ugly girl. That's the reason why every VTuber is an extremely idealized, attractive version of a girl. That's why they all have big tits and they bounce around and they're cute. That's it. That's the reason. And the fact is that guys watch these girls because they want to imagine having a parasocial relationship with them. And by the way, how many of you, and I know it sounds crazy, how many of you have ever seen one of these girls that announces that she gets a boyfriend and then like her amount of gifted subs goes down massively, donations goes down massively, maybe even viewership goes down massively? Yeah, right? We've always seen this happen. It's because guys give these girls money, and there is the hidden hope that one day they will get noticed. And I know it sounds pathetic. It's pathetic, but it's also true.
Lots of streamers do this. Not really a big deal for wanting to keep your pipeline.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
Throws away her boyfriend to try to alleviate some negative PR. That is going to be a big yikes for me, dog.
Yeah, for
Biles
sure.
document. Dispels claims that Cinder and Red were making, calling Bao an editor and an MV maker thief. Confirms how hurt she is.
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match?
Models and impacting her career negatively. Says that Cinder could make it to the top, but when she gets there, she will be alone. Bao dispels claims that she locked up Sacred, her editor. Bao completely absolves herself from the wrongdoing. Great dog. Spite's document. Spite insinuates that Cinder is and was copying her, not the other way around. Screenshots of these claims are pretty damning. Spite showing off her outfit in July 2022, Cinder then having a near identical outfit on September 14th, 2022.
Yeah, this is obviously like just ruthless businesswoman situations. Like, I think that's really what's going on here. I don't understand half of this.
Tag Report TV's document, supporting some of Bao's claims to be true. Major takeaways. To be honest, things look absolutely horrible for Cinder. Yet I will be waiting for her response just to do my due diligence. It has been alleged with a lot of damage.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
She did make a response. Somehow it made things even worse.
Be wary. No timeline exists where Magneto yields.
Willing to undermine and backstab her friends to get ahead. Gaslight and manipulate editors/workers to get cheating on the significant other.
Who are you calling a raccoon, huh?
Thief. People speculate she is going to throw away her current boyfriend, Red, aka Redacted, to alleviate some negative PR on her head. Jesus. I believe that is about it.
You can count on me. I got a plan. This is a nice spot.
Oh my fucking god.
And to be honest, I feel horrible for Cottontail, Bao, Shy Lily.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Who are you calling a
First,
raccoon,
I'm so
huh?
sorry you felt this way, and sorry my boyfriend did this to you in my name.
Put back
basically
together,
washing
Tony.
her hands.
Isn't it still under warranty?
I don't really know what Cinder could
Yeah, I
possibly
guess so.
present to absolve her. Yet I will still do my
Y'all a bunch of deadweights. I can do this myself.
research VTuber drama for 2 hours in front of 9,000 people up to it.
Wow.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Typical Hydra.
It took us a long time to learn that our powers are related.
I feel bad for Bao Contil and all of them. I mean, even here, like
That
Contil,
face
you know,
needs smashing.
Armor patch here! Hey up!
So cold.
You're welcome! Go! Get that fuck!
Like it hit, it's gonna hurt.
We need a turret. This is
The air condition area is yours to capture now.
Okay!
I have recaptured the mission area. Well, it takes a while to gather that many squirrels. Or a dagger.
I'll patch you up. Those tanks give me the willies. Too much like a bag.
Trophies.
So trying to like pay them not to work with competition, obviously.
How's it going, Weather?
You're ready for action! See? I'm fucking helpful!
They don't look friendly.
I bet.
despite obviously being missed, because I mean, based on her Google Doc,
I'll patch you up!
I appreciate you.
See? I'm fucking helpful!
That's better.
Armor patch here! Hey up! Hey! Got some love over here!
Under here!
You're ready for action! Those beacons don't grow on trees, you know! Unit here! This is real firepower! I'll patch you up.
Pulse charge, fire!
I appreciate you.
She's just leaking.
Don't mind me.
I don't think that's
That's
the opening
just
committee.
dying.
Okay.
You're ready for action.
You go, girl.
My good deed for the day.
I feel like I'm being watched.
Hey, some love over here.
The area's almost yours.
Translation: a lot of indie beekeeper Oshis have boyfriends. Their
You're welcome.
boyfriends are reading their love confessions. Indies do
This
not
is a
have
nice
boyfriends
spot.
unless they are actually corporate and thus are not indie at all.
This is real firepower.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
You're ready for action.
Under here!
That's fucking hurt. You're welcome. You get a weapon. You get a weapon. You get a weapon. You're ready for action.
yourself, not just your manager.
Man.
And then obviously you got analysts and people saying, we'll always be there to support you no matter what. I can't stand when people pressure others to avoid certain individuals.
That's so fucking
It took a
weird.
lot of courage to speak out about this, Nano. I hope you're doing okay.
When the chips are down, you want your heroes a little
I'm so sorry
roguish
you
and
have to-
scruffy, like me.
I'm so sorry you have to be put in this position. You're one of my favorite artists.
Elementary school boyfriend-girlfriend drama. The drama is kind of silly, but it's still funny for me to see it continue
My
happening.
30 seconds before you
The
attack.
thing that I
Get
think is
ready.
really funny to me is the fact that
This is a nice
Every
spot.
time I see you, I think to myself, as long as Spider-Man is still around, everything will be all right.
It actually happened,
lot of
and it came true again.
I don't mean it that way. You just mean a lot to a
Why
lot
can't
of
Piers
people.
be honest and
I'm
pure
honestly
like
just
you?
baffled by
I
all
don't
this.
know.
I'm so sorry that this wasn't even an
That's a
energy
good
you have
question.
to receive in your lifetime.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To deal with this shit.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Oh, I can handle the time. There's been alternate versions of me forever.
She is yet to respond. Now, to be honest,
You're ready for action. This is real firepower.
Pulse charge, fire!
You're ready for action. Yep. Now go! Oh, I'm not gonna make it easy.
Realistically, I'm not expecting.
The mission area is yours.
This is the Tecton video.
Yes!
How a
One
single
down!
tweet might have destroyed this VTuber's career. It is a 1 hour and 40-minute video, and the title is She's
You're
Done.
ready for action.
Oh man. Ready for a That's a whole lot, isn't it?
Everybody needs a
God, fuck.
Ow! That's fucking hurt. They're behind you, Frank. You're welcome. My good deed for the day.
I'll get you next time.
Xbox, president of Xbox. Here we go.
Please welcome to the stage Sarah Bond, president of Xbox at Microsoft, for a conversation with leader Steve Harris.
You're ready for action.
My friends are here. You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
You're welcome.
Judge, jury, executioner!
This is real
I
firepower.
am ready to put on a show.
Armored up. Don't mind me. I'm just dying. You're ready for action. This is real firepower.
I'm
Yeah, the last year or so,
It's balancing out. Yeah, it's balancing out.
Control lost.
the industry's been flat.
Oh, I'm not gonna make it
We
easy.
saw just some tremendous releases, tremendously groundbreaking games, but still, the growth didn't follow all of that.
This is a nice spot. You're welcome.
Tony's down.
Like, actually, you know what? Let's look at Xbox.
I'll get you next time.
Hi-Fi Rush.
I need medical help.
Not really, compared to like other games. Starfield.
My Oh, I'm not gonna make it
Aggressive
easy.
mediocrity. And then number
Oh,
2,
I am raising my slingshot.
same thing. So
You're
yeah,
ready for
if
action.
you work at Xbox, this is
My
absolutely
friends are
great.
here.
My good deed for the
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Ow! That fucking hurts. You're welcome. Are we winning? I know I'm having a great time.
Control seized.
Armor pads here.
One down.
Pay up. You're ready for action.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
This is real firepower. This is real firepower. I'll patch you up.
Please, my control lost.
You're ready for action.
Punisher's in his turret.
They've almost got it.
You're welcome.
Get ready. Here comes the bad
My friends are here. I am ready to put on a show.
You get a weapon. You get a weapon.
They go behind you. I'll get you next time.
You're ready for action.
by the eye of Agamotto. I'm opening a portal. A shortcut through space.
And the news we announced.
Yeah, she's saying they didn't make enough money. I think that's what she's saying. That's basically it. She's saying, like, even whenever she's like, well, we want them to be successful.
Open your eyes. Reality is.
Who are you calling a rat? Some of my best friends are crooks and villains. Armor Patch here. Pay up.
He's an outcome.
Who are you calling a raccoon, huh?
Yeah.
In our
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
So long, I fought for mutant kind's future.
People think you're too
Our
skinny to
time
be
has
strong,
finally
but
arrived.
you're strong.
Hey, there are people who think I'm as strong as you.
but
Don't get carried
said,
away.
our
Okay,
commitment
when the time
to
stream gets sorted out,
having
we
our
arm
own
wrestle.
studios, partners, games large and small. You know,
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No timeline exists where Max.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
It's more fun.
I should enjoy this more.
Yeah, big mistake on that one, huh? Yeah, bad call.
You're welcome.
Like Starfield.
After my step,
Bad.
Now Punisher is
I'll
turn
get you
again.
next time.
Strong again.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. Capture the mission area!
Don't mind me. I'm just dying. I'm good to go. Who needs a power up?
Got your back.
You're ready for action.
you get a weapon. You get a weapon. You get a weapon.
This is real firepower.
Nice.
Control seized!
You're welcome. My good deed for the day.
Score 1 for 10. Tito says we're ready to go.
Ready to meet the monster. Enemies ahead.
Like, that's really the truth.
You're ready for action.
Grateful.
Where it's like, you can't say, well, they weren't making any money, so we got rid of them.
My friends are here! I am ready to put on a show!
They're not making the new...
You're welcome.
Judge. Jury. Executioner.
I'll patch you up.
I'll get you next time.
I'm doing this my way.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Strong again.
Stay away from that object. It starts to hover.
Neutralize the object.
She did exactly
Your powers are
I
mine.
am ready to put on a show!
You're ready for action. This is real firepower. There's a portal. You're welcome.
It doesn't matter how good of a...
The moon haunts you.
Control lost!
You're ready for action. Little pieces of keyholes everywhere.
After my step,
Armored up.
I appreciate you. Hey!
you get a weapon. You get a weapon. You get a weapon.
You're welcome.
Not for the weak.
Yeah. What a great interviewer.
My friends are here!
I love seeing
Heads up.
that are really...
Battlefield ready.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
My good deed for the day. I'll patch you up. Relay deployed.
No!
Control seized!
The moon haunts
in my steps.
Relay deployed! It ain't cheap!
I'll get you next time.
City This is real firepower! I'll patch you up. I'm spinning! My good deed for the day.
Friends are here!
Exactly. Yeah. See, that's what she said.
So we look at each studio, each game team, and we look at a whole variety of factors when we're faced with sort of making decisions.
Another epic victory! Big win!
But it all comes down to our levels of the games we create, the devices we build, the services, and ensuring that we're setting ourselves up to be able to deliver those services.
Talking further about growth, I mean, one of the key focus areas.
Yeah, I think that's really what happened, is that the studios just didn't make enough money. And I'm actually surprised that we got so much of a direct answer. It's odd because I saw a discourse about this online. I didn't watch it, obviously, but I saw a discourse about it, and people were saying that she gave non-answers. I feel like this is the closest thing to an answer that we could have got. Like, realistically, from like a corporate perspective, this is the correct answer that we could have possibly received. She's giving non-answers? No, she's not. She's saying that they were successful, but not based off of our metrics. The metrics.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
We don't. None of us know that. Stop buying studio. I think this is probably what happened. This is my guess. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Be wary. No timeline exists where Magneto yields.
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match?
And the expectation, like Microsoft was like, all right, if you want to do this, we're going to let you do this. And they did it, and it didn't succeed at the level they needed it to keep the studio sustainable until the next game they released. And so Microsoft caught on. That's what I think happened, because that's what makes the most sense to me. Like, Game Pass, although it's all Game Pass, it's not all about Game Pass. So you need to think about this, like, so I guarantee you Microsoft has analytics. Microsoft probably has 50 different analytics that that are being used on Game Pass to judge whether somebody is doing well or whether a user is, buying Game Pass or using Game Pass to play a certain game. Only 50? Yeah, 50 for individual users, right? The individual user, like...
Pick your hero. Or 50, villain. I'm not judging.
Right, I'm not sure. So, like, the amount of people that are playing Hi-Fi Rush on Game Pass, they know what that number is. They know what that number is at any given time. They know what that number was. They know what that number was projected to be. They know where that number is going to be. They know they have a decent understanding of how many conversions and purchases of Game Pass was created by that number. Here, let me go ahead and show you something, for example. So, this is just an example. I want to just go ahead, pre-order, okay, we'll do this here, and this should show... Okay,
I am not the man I used to be.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Whenever you go on their website, and they are tracking your IP address.
Richard, I do enjoy when these little conflicts bring us together.
It's a rare occasion when you and I see things the same way, Namor.
Except when it comes to sin.
Speak my wife's name and you'll find our alliance will be over far sooner than we needed.
But this is extremely common. So what
the battle starts in 5.
What is happening, guys?
3,
Hello?
2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Twisted metal in ways I would never dare.
Let heaven and hell hear thy sword.
And then factored into the value that that game is providing to the company. And why is
We've got trouble. Anyone willing to help?
Much better.
I would do that.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Like this
Third, you can go Thing, bro. You can go Thing because that spider will pull you off the whole team. That's why Thing is the better option. Bro.
Mutants always rise again.
Feels like it's been a long time since we announced the Activision acquisition, which we completed in October.
More foes to conquer.
And the whole...
Much better.
Anyone willing to help?
I'm gonna jump.
Disappear!
After...
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. Total control seized!
A commendable effort. I feel like myself again. Oh, here they are now.
I am ready to put on a show!
Rebirth is a mutant's greatest gift.
People? Maybe he does, and this is a secondary effect. But the primary reason is because those
I'm gonna stay here, okay? I'm gonna stay here for the Spider-Man.
planting a seed to harvest fruit.
A shield. How great.
I bet.
Trouble has arrived.
All that thunder for nothing for?
Spidey.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
I have a shield ready.
I feel like myself again.
I got your back.
It's more consumer friendly than Sony is right now, and I don't even think it's close, by the way. And it's like it's always really funny that like we talk about this, right? Because it's like, oh, so which one's worse, Sony or Microsoft? And meanwhile, Nintendo's just like,
I will do what it takes to protect my people, no matter the price.
you know, that's it. Because Nintendo's worse than both of them by a mile, but we don't ever talk about that.
time, but we wanted to make sure that anything we built
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Those mobile native games and the creators of them, and so being joined teams has real deep expertise in mobile was important to us.
Reed saves the world countless times each week,
Activision,
almost as often as you fail to conquer it.
I think that the reason why Susan talking about
Not yet, but keep talking, and that could change. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Now I'm gonna stay with the healers, okay?
Our adversaries might have spotted an enemy.
Man behind.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Why are they making their own mobile?
You are under my protection.
An extra force field? Great. Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. Disappear! Capture the mission area!
So yeah, they isolate No, they're not going to isolate themselves. They're probably
Rebirth
also going
is
to
a
operate on
mutant's
the Google
greatest
Discord,
gift.
and then,
Can one of you Strange and Scarlet?
slowly over
Possible?
time, because I'm going to
Because we need a shield tank to block the
Play Store for like whatever it is,
ult
Apple Store.
of that.
For apps, I don't like how they have it. We've been discovered on all smartphones. I think it's very
You shall not be harmed. I feel like myself again. You cannot help me.
I am ready to put on a show!
Fear Magneto! Fatal attraction.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. Control C's!
Your head.
We earned this.
And then we're going to extend the capabilities. They could also take advantage of it and have a true cross-platform, gaming-centric mobile experience.
Feel the wrath of the
Need
goddess!
to strengthen my field.
By the way, this is a very smart decision for Microsoft.
You are under my protection.
It's okay, it's okay.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Behold the god of
For a long time.
Touch the point. Touch the point fast.
And we're now at the point that we can take those steps.
And so in July when it launches, we at that point at the beginning see Candy Crush and Minecraft in it, or
No need, no need, no.
You've captured more than half
Nah,
the
they're gonna portal. Okay, they're gonna portal, I guess.
I am strengthened for battle.
invisible?
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Fury's almost gone! Disappear!
We are too few.
But I'm not sure.
Control lost!
Okay, regroup. We're gonna portal. We're gonna portal.
Play a game natively from the cloud. So you
I'm
don't need
opening
to
a
actually
portal.
have a piece of hardware in your home, and you can experience something that's AAA Xbox gaming.
Pentagram of Parala. I am strengthened for battle.
Now I got you.
I purge the darkness. Oh, be gone. Don't drown in the darkness.
Control C! You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
But like in many places in the world,
I am ready to put on a show!
The Sorcerer Supreme is
Control lost!
In that area.
You got them all!
GG's.
Capacity,
Nice and fantastic.
Control seized! You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
and is it growing faster than Lil Dome, or we were talking about the market?
by the eye of Agamotto.
It is going fast in the adult market, really bringing in new players and growth for us. So it's an area where we're investing more and we're excited about.
Another epic victory! Big win!
But I think that maybe you could do it if you had the same tech that fighting games have with like input rollback. But I don't know. Like I'm not I'm not sure. Okay, but I know games like Honkai Star Rail, you can do it for sure. Games like Age of Empires, you can probably do it. There's a lot of games that you can do it with pretty easily. Maybe in 10 years. Yeah, no, cloud gaming is something that will happen. It's just a matter of when.
Xbox announced for the first time that it was bringing a slate of Xbox-developed games, Xbox-exclusive games, to rival platforms, to Sony's PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. That obviously is a little bit unsettling for some of the Xbox hardware. How is it going so far? Do you have any data about how the games are doing? Do PlayStation gamers really want to play Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, of course.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
Yet, so I don't have specific data to share, but we are really encouraged by the reception of our games. And one thing that
Who are you calling a raccoon, huh?
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match?
Minecraft is available pretty much universally. You know, the teams at Bethesda have games on other platforms. The teams at Activision, Blizzard have games on other platforms. And so it's a decision we just make on a game-by-game basis as we move forward and continue to execute on our strategy.
I'm also a big fan of Microsoft games. I like the fact that you can play Microsoft games on PC as well as console. Like, for example, they could have made Halo Infinite console only. They didn't. And that was really great for them to do. That's why I said that, you know, Microsoft in a lot of ways is the most consumer-friendly big publisher, more so than Sony is.
I mean, at the same time, you know, we talked about mobile, we talked about cloud. I mean, of course, Xbox itself, heritage is in console, and you know, the energy around the console right now is.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Consoles loss leaders anyway. They lose money on console sales. That's my understanding. So, like, what's this fixation on trying to force people into buying a console that they're losing money on? I feel like this is a pretty stupid business model.
Or long-term customers are worried. They're worried about the release on other platforms. They're worried that that may indicate that Xbox is defocusing its own hardware. What do you say to them? How do you make them feel?
Those are the Xbox bros in the winter. This is straight order Xbox bros. Starfield defenders.
Round
Some
one.
of my best friends are crooks and villains.
Yeah.
30 seconds before you attack. Get
The
ready.
worry that I see is happening. across
Steve
the
Rogers,
industry, and I think
if
there's a
Pete
lot
said you
of
volunteered to be experimented on,
But
is that true?
He didn't lie.
My
I presume you didn't.
is really big
Definitely against my will. I don't want to go back there. Too much buried history buried.
The battle starts in 5,
Okay, so they're saying they don't
4,
give a fuck about Xbox
3,
and they think that
2, 1.
Like, I think what she's saying.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Xbox, and they know that it's.
How about
it's
I
only a
switch
matter of
things
time
up
until
and
this is
make our
irrelevant.
opponents disappear?
Enemy ahead. Prepare to engage.
You're ready for
They're
action.
right. Like, there are so many things that are.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
That's the boost I needed.
Oh my.
Much better. You're welcome.
Gaming PCs that in some cases can do, if not the same, if not more. Obviously, games are still much more expensive at the top, but the price is going down. And I think that, yeah, you're really right.
I'll patch you up.
It's only a matter of time. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. And you're seeing this too.
That's much better.
Team play. That's me.
But I think that what we're going to see more of, especially in the next 5 years, and even more so in the last 10 years.
You're ready for action.
Armed and dangerous! Again! Again!
That fucking hurt.
Because generally, with a PC,
Those guys are about to shoot at us.
everything else is like pretty cheap comparatively, right? And so as soon as they nail that down and they can make much cheaper products, then
Things
you're
are
going
gonna
to
be
see gaming
different
PCs
this time.
directly cannibalize consoles.
Guys, we need a diver. I'm gonna go diver after this.
Yeah,
Okay?
I
Okay,
think
dive
there's
in 10
always
seconds.
going to be a place for consoles, but making that your business model, I think, is
You're welcome.
living on borrowed
Much better.
I talked about this a little bit.
This This is real firepower!
By the eye
This is real firepower! I'll patch you up. You're ready for action.
And on top of that,
See, I'm fucking helpful.
on the go. For a Wii, you can put up all your arms.
I got you.
I'll patch you up.
that is much better.
My good deed for the day.
They're gonna strange. They're gonna TP. They're gonna TP.
Also about the ability to be able to play all of the games.
I'm just dying. You're welcome.
Feeling fantastic.
Armor patch here.
Armed and dangerous!
Only 60 seconds left.
More bad guys. Just
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
You're ready for action.
Again!
Team play. That's me.
When the enemy comes back,
I'll patch you up.
you call yourself a defender, Strange?
You know, the next part of that is saying, okay, I get to bring those games with me. I'm investing in those games. I get an incredible high performance experience.
Armor patch here. Hey up. You're ready for action.
Who am I? Invisible?
You're halfway there. Keep going.
This is real firepower. You're welcome.
By the eye of Agamotto!
This is real firepower.
And also our investments in cloud gaming.
I'm hiding. I'm hiding.
A lot of those who use cloud gaming are people who own a
Things are gonna be
console,
different this
and
time.
want to play it on another device and go somewhere else. So that's the second piece. And then the last piece is about
Get that vehicle moving
Yeah.
again.
They are not able to.
love Game Pass. Game Pass is a gaming subscription.
Okay.
This is a nice spot.
Full portfolio
I'll
games.
patch you up.
Importantly, you get every single one of our games that we build day one.
That's the first time.
And the quality is
I don't think that's
Who am I?
You're
Invisible?
ready for action. Now, that clock is hurt. You're welcome. We're on a mission for the king. Hit the gas.
I guess the only one that was doing Hi-Fi that came out was like an Xbox only game.
Only 60 seconds left.
I'll patch you up.
Feeling fantastic.
Go faster.
This is real firepower.
That's what I needed. Armed and dangerous!
Disappear!
This is real firepower. You're welcome.
We're gonna do this. Now.
Feeling good. Final 10 seconds. Rainbow stands with you. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I didn't hear all the talk,
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
but I think we can all confidently say
By the eye of Agamotto!
Again! Again! My
You've reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Again!
Figurine. Okay.
Like, that's not happening. AI is going to be the future, and it's going to replace the majority.
Again!
And in a lot of cases, it will not replace your job, but it will make somebody else be able to do your job twice as fast. Which
Just the idiots I was looking for.
I'll patch you up.
Only 60 seconds left.
That's why I think it's
That's much better.
Fucking hurt! Follow the enemy! I'll patch you up.
Anyone willing to help? That's it! Don't let anything stand in your way.
Again!
And so all of our focus within our team
I would knit the
Down to 30
dimensions back
seconds.
together if it were within
gaming
my
AI
power.
really crafted in a way
Here comes Rocket again!
delightful experiences to players.
A shortcut through space. You're welcome. Go!
Get that vehicle moving again!
I'm fucking helpful.
They should just have that.
The final 10 seconds is prepare! Shield up! You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner who can stand with you!
By the eye of Agamotto!
You're ready for action. Don't mind me. I'm just dying. You're welcome.
Go fast, go fast, go fast, go fast, go fast. Touch.
For them to realize
The current score is
and
2-0.
also, frankly, to make it easier for people who may not
Time to
have
switch things up,
in-depth
including
training
which
to
side you're
build a
on.
game. We
Who
know
are you
with
calling
that,
a raccoon, huh?
The right heroes could make all the difference.
and options out there.
Well, this is already happening, right? And it started happening, I would say, like 3 years ago, because that's whenever a lot of the indie games now.
Be wary.
started
No
getting made,
timeline
maybe 2 years ago.
exists where Magneto
Like, I'd say 2
yields.
to 4 years ago, somewhere around there. Who cares? But like, she's absolutely right. Think about how much easier Unreal 5 made it to make games. Like, you see new indie games come out all the time, but they look amazing because they're made in Unreal.
I will never allow
Yeah,
Krakoa to suffer the same fate as Kenosha.
So that leaves us very much
Shall we, Emma?
which is around discovery and making sure that people
We'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
we know that they'll love, and that a whole range of creations
look here.
discovered from the big
Random words repeating in your mind.
Trust me, you don't want to find out,
and
lady.
then
So I'd keep them to myself if I were you.
Someone implanted a code in your brain, didn't they?
Yeah, their marketing
The
probably.
battle
did that.
starts in
Right about
5,
that.
4,
engaging
3,
delight,
2, 1.
playing through it.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
All the things that come with that.
I think I'm
and
pretty
so that you can get
relatable
really
compared to
the most out of the
Namor
game
or someone like that.
So, we are urging
And opening a portal.
Taking shortcuts.
things will come out.
Heads up. Back up.
Get him there.
Much better. Was that truly your best?
I feel like this went about as good
You
as it
might
could have
want to
gone
look
for
over
her,
here.
To be totally honest, I don't think there's anything that she could have said. There's nothing that she could have done that would have made the question about, for example, you know, the high five video and everything. There's nothing that she could have done that would have improved. She just didn't have, like, there's no way. Yeah, it was very close. Well, yeah, like, absolutely. No shit.
A grand illusion. I feel like myself again.
Who's behind you,
You are under my protection. shall not be harmed.
My arm is stronger now.
Ah, much better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, OpenAI is huge, right? So I think that they don't want to stay true. It's the video. I feel like
Your attacks are futile.
now that I've seen the energy myself, I'm actually kind of
Anyone willing to help?
You cannot hurt me.
Disappear!
Are we, Emma? Magneto! Armed and dangerous! Again! Again!
They got a portal, get back.
No, he hasn't yet.
Okay.
We're fighting this strange, bro. Dead.
I'm opening.
No, it's okay. They have this point, I guess.
10 seconds.
They have the point. Fast.
Shields up. Let's keep fighting until we have a winner. Disappear.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Watch your back.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Both my guy.
Holy shit, nice hold. What the fuck?
Again!
Nice one.
GG.
2-2.
Well played, guys. Well played.
And also, a lot of streamers for competitive games are streamers because they're competitive players.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put them both together because to really understand this, we gotta go all the way back to the Fortnite boom. Before Fortnite was this cringe cash grab that pretty much just preyed on little kids for money. It was a game that nobody truly knew how to play and everyone had fun with it. I mean, back in 2018, every single human being was talking about Fortnite. I mean, back then you had Fortnite meme pages. Every single human being was posting their wins. People were doing emotes IRL.
Jesus. Jesus, that was holy shit.
I mean, that's how we got the infamous ninja clip.
Oh my god.
And since Fortnite was so popular, one thing that also became popular because of Fortnite was streaming. Back then, Twitch was like pretty niche, but I'd say that Fortnite made Twitch more mainstream. And you may be asking,
Fortnite definitely was a huge impact on streaming. Fortnite was fucking massive. And it definitely brought streaming into the mainstream.
why did people go to Twitch and not YouTube? Well, the thing about YouTube is that a lot of YouTube videos are edited, and some people, they may be good on YouTube, but it's like on Twitch.
Do it, bitch.
What use is a vault hunter? What use is a killer? A brute. A rule-breaking, loot-taking, running and gunning natural disaster. You are, in a word, mayhem. I take personally.
Okay. It's like a jackal from Halo. I mean, it's like a minion build. Blow shit up together. That was cool. Millennial Slop. How many of the developers, what percentage of the developers for this game have Funko Pops? What do you guys think?
Heyo, I'm Randy.
100%.
Today, we're yet at Borderlands 4. All the excitement, loot, and Harley Carnage all running on PlayStation 5 Pro.
Wow.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
This is okay.
Be wary. No timeline exists where Magneto yields.
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match?
Really? I thought it was like the third best. That would sound pretty bad, right?
It's the perfect entry point for new players, with incredible new places and a great story. And for our longtime Borderlands fans, we're throwing back to our more grounded tone, while pushing gameplay ahead further than ever before. This is the culmination of years of hard work from my teammates across Gearbox Studios. So enough talk, let's get it. This is Borderlands 4.
Borderlands is an unforgiving sci-fi universe.
Yeah.
Life is cheap, and guns are plentiful.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Powerful abilities called action skills.
Who are you calling a raccoon, huh?
Why aren't our boots bigger? What are they thinking, bro? Oh my god.
I will bring peace to this universe, no matter the cost. In a world consumed by darkness, I will gladly be the light.
Those are four main characters.
I will bring peace to this universe.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
For thousands of years, the Timekeeper kept the planet.
Open your eyes. There is only one Sorcerer Supreme.
In that we are both despised by the people we strive to protect and lead.
Quite so. For a mortal, you are very perspicacious. Open your eyes.
Be wary. Alas.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
What do you guys think so far?
Oh, folks. Trees crunching up a fancy
I think
portal.
we're looking at a 6 right now.
You shall not be harmed.
All right, Ty. Now we really have to...
I feel like myself again.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Your god is suffering. This is real firepower!
By the Eye of Agamotto!
Capture the mission area!
cannot be quelled.
All right!
I can respect them showing actual gameplay. Good.
Render me assistance.
Much better. Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
This is real!
Us against the world!
Get in here, y'all.
They've almost got
I
it!
shall not be removed so easily.
Come on, guys.
Magic is not to be owned, but to be felt, experienced, lived.
A shortcut through space.
I am strengthened for battle.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Here they come.
Out, dark magic.
Change.
Defenses are down!
Here is an enemy to
You
pursue.
got them all! Are we done now? Control seized!
Advantage gained in the material plane.
Spider-Man.
This is getting better.
Let's get after it. I've tagged a potential hotspot.
Good medicine.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Loki gone? Surely he'll be back. Leave me not. Here they are.
Control lost! You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
By the shades of the Seraphim, I return.
Can you shoot things with it? Okay, you can. That's exactly what I was wondering.
As you traverse, you'll encounter a host of dynamic events. From border patrols to world bosses, there's always something to shoot and...
When science failed me, magic was there.
Okay. Are there going to be like public worlds? Where like you queue in and there's like people playing?
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
No? Why not?
It will take more than light to solve our problems.
Well, the mutants did promise us a party to remember.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Some may call this entanglement chaos. I only see opportunities.
There's something about
Strange made some kind of magic door. Here they come.
Judge, jury, execution, real firepower.
Capture now. Capture the mission area.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Like the gameplay and like the shooting and the combat, just in my opinion, it feels like it's blurry and not like very clean.
Mortal pain is no match. I'm opening a portal. Pentagram of Parala. Good medicine.
Eyes on your back.
Tomorrow, go kill the tank, please. Go.
Your blows will not affect me.
You captured more than half of
Kill.
the area. Keep going.
Leave me, darkness! By the eye of Agamotto! By the eye of Agamotto! Mortal pain is no match for the Sorcerer Supreme.
The area is almost yours.
Stand down!
Control lost.
Guys, back off. Guys, back off. Come on.
I am strengthened for
Okay. Okay.
Your team's capture progress is past the halfway point.
This is real firepower!
By the eye of Agamotto!
They've almost got it. They're winning, but you've still got a chance.
Hands are shaking again. Focus. I'm opening a portal.
Hyperion Shield and a Molly 1
Yeah, good.
The higher the rarity, the more parts that can randomly spawn, creating wilder and wilder loot. And that's
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
possibilities are truly
Yeah, I'm not even complaining. Okay.
This new type of gear replaces artifacts and provides bonuses to specific manufacturers.
Alright.
Take my current enhancement. It adds a kill bonus to all guns with deadless parts, along with more reload speed and critical damage. This lets you min-max your build around your favorite manufacturer, immediately turning just okay guns into amazing weapons.
Okay.
We figured you'd that. Overhaul the drop rates and loot across the region. We work hard to make sure all our gear feels better than ever, while also making rarity better. This makes her our most satisfying loot chase ever. And at the top of everything are legendaries. These have always had unique effects that we won't find. But in Borderlands 3, they drop throughout. This not only
Yeah,
devalues
I think that's a problem a lot of
legendaries,
games
they make
have.
everything feel less valuable.
You need to have something that doesn't drop all the time.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
We've added the magic back to our loot chest, and we know you love grinding all that great gear on Kairos.
Who are you calling a raccoon, huh?
So I can show you my favorite thing. This is the new gear slot for grenades and
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match?
Okay, that's kind of cool. I feel like it slows you down, though.
Before we go further, let's talk a little bit about action skills. Every vault hunter has
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Different builds completely change how combat plays out, resulting in near endless freedom to experience. You can swap unlock augmented touchstones on the fly, or completely new spells with skill trees and hubs around targets. This gives us a chance to talk about it.
Played Borderlands 1 for like 30 minutes. I'm coming. This is another like franchise. Like I'm coming into it. We understand. That's kind of cool.
And also, you can pet the
When the chips are down, you want your heroes a little roguish and scrubby, like me. This is a nice spot.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Hey, Thor, let me see the hammer. I just want to see if it'll charge up my gun. Come on, I'll give it back. Come on!
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Underneath my caustic exterior, I'm still pretty caustic. I don't think that's the welcome.
You're welcome.
That's better.
Don't mind me, suffering. I'm just dying.
Bless the healing arts.
What are these weird keyboard things anyway? My good deed for the day.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
We must make this trip.
Capture the mission area!
Oh, I'm not gonna make it easy.
By the way, if you're looking to experience the story again or just grind for loot, we've added full mission and boss replay.
That's smart.
Right. No more save loading to run off.
Armor patch here! Pay up! I'll patch you up.
There's a feather.
This spot is ours to take. Those guys are about to shoot at us. You're ready for action.
This is cool.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Assemble!
Us against the world.
See? Someone scratch my back. This is real firepower! The Dragon Elite! Good to be protected. Team play! That's me! Jerry!
Control seeds!
I'm back! You're welcome.
We're thinking about a 6 to a 7.
Hey, swap armor.
I started at a 6.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
Control lost! They've almost got it!
Anyway, so what about the actual game here? What I think
You're welcome.
Overall, I think the gameplay seemed decent, right? The only game that I've played like this a lot in the past.
Oh, yeah! Asgard! Behind you, my friend!
I'll patch you up.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Beholds the God of Thunder!
You're ready for action.
My brain completely fucking turned off. Yes,
One less lot to worry about.
Team play. That's me. The foe is here.
And so anyway,
You're welcome.
yeah, I think this looked okay. It didn't look like super amazing. It wasn't like the best game I'd ever seen or anything like that.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
spout out.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Feeling better already. Render me assistance.
This is real firepower!
Us against the world!
Pulse charge. The moon haunts you.
You're welcome. The dragon unleashed!
Glory is almost yours! Disappear!
You're welcome! Don't mind me! Bring on the stash!
Invisible?
See? I'm fucking helpful!
Feeling fantastic. Shields up! We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I'll patch you up.
That put a spring in my step?
They are upon you. Beware.
Like the graphics, the colors, and everything. Just, I don't know. Am I being weird? Like, it's just, to me, there's something about this that just doesn't really.
Just say it. There's nothing I can't fix.
Like oversaturated colors, especially like purple and green. And it's
Armor patch here. Pay up.
It might be an environment issue. Yeah, it's Fortnite-y. No, Fortnite is very
30 seconds before you attack. Get
I don't
ready.
think it's like that at all. No cell shading anymore? Yeah, but I think it's cell
I
shading.
hope you're feeling worthy today, Goldilocks. You got our work cut out for us.
Mjolnir brings the wrath of the Odin Force to our enemies.
Now that's how you start a battle.
Now, the important question. Will I play this game? Absolutely.
The battle starts in 5,
Played this game when it
4,
comes out.
3,
Any of these games,
2,
like, as I said, I
1.
play like I was going
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
But in a general sense, I will be playing pretty much every single new game that comes out, and that's always what I do, right? And so, Cap, no, it's not a cap. It's a fact, okay? It's a little bit different, okay? Gone for 1 week, missing out. Well, I did miss out. To be fair, I did miss out.
I'll patch you up.
That put a spring in my step?
Okay? Like, I don't know how the hell that happened, but I did.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
Or what the hell that was. You never complained about graphics.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Hey!
Capture the mission area!
Swap armament, please.
But I think art style, visibility, and
Watch this
visual
spot.
appeal is absolutely something I complained about, and I think that's very normal. Everybody complains about that. So
I'll patch you up.
It's aesthetic and readability, like, which is very different than
That's better.
So like this gun looks realistic, right? And so that's it. This dude made a tune.
There's a bird.
I'll patch you up.
Hey, someone losing up?
They are in front of us. Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. You're ready for action.
The moon haunts you.
Us against the world!
It's Behold the god of
Dragon unleashed!
Feeling better already.
Team play. That's for sure. You're ready for action.
Control C!
Okay, so they're in this SUV right here. Almost got out. It's gonna be alright.
I am Asgard's might.
See? I'm fucking helpful. You're ready for action. Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
This is during the middle of day. Apparently, this SUV is being driven by a smuggler.
Team play. That's me.
And as you're about to see, it gets crazy.
I am a true team player.
Over the road.
You're ready for action.
Stakes left.
Over push.
You're welcome.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going. Control lost.
Things are gonna be different this time.
Okay, this is key right here. It
They've
looks like the
almost got
smugglers
it!
tried to get off the road in reverse direction and try to flee the opposite way, but that's not what's going on. There's something else happening over here because just on the other side of the bank, the terrain hides a secret.
You're welcome.
And there's people getting out of the road.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. Us against the world.
I'll patch you up.
Disappear!
This is real firepower. Dragon unleashed. Your god is something charged. That's
Behold the god of thunder!
No thanks.
You're welcome.
I had more tricks than they had arms. It is prudent to withdraw for the moment.
Done. What's next?
Don't over push.
Plan?
Look at all the
Watch this spot.
Withdraw for the moment.
right over here. Apparently, is Mexico.
You're ready for this.
Chase, which happened.
I am Asgard's might!
Last minute miracle.
Gets in there. Jerry!
Glory's almost yours.
Doesn't end well for the smokers in this
Yes! What the fuck are these things anymore?
Almost bowed out.
Too easy, feeling better already.
You're welcome. Team play. That's me.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
oncoming traffic right here. You got this guy who's up on the curb. This is during the day. This is work day for most people, but when you have an open border for a long time and you allow a criminal element to come into your country and exist here, this is what they do for work. Look at it.
Another epic victory. Big win.
He thinks he can throw off the police, but he's in a residential neighborhood. This is crazy. Look at all the officers everywhere. It's such a waste of public resources having to deal with people like this. Oh, here he is. They're trying to... Okay, so right here you've got an officer ahead of this guy. You've got him here, and this is such a waste of resources. All of these officers could be out making their neighborhoods, their communities a better place, but because federal law allows people like this to get into America and start these massive smuggling businesses, they've got to deal with this instead. And whenever your arguments about, oh, the police, they've got too much work to do, they shouldn't be helping ICE, they shouldn't be doing this, they shouldn't be doing that. Well, look at what all of this federal criminal activity is doing to local jurisdictions. It's doing this. The guy crashes and they eventually catch him. Here he is.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
Now that person was also in the vehicle, and it doesn't show where they were sitting, but there's a chance.
Who are you
they may
calling
not
a
be wearing
raccoon,
seatbelt.
huh?
Now,
Incredibly
who am I
safe.
gonna
These smugglers
banish from
want
this
to make the world
match?
a better place by bringing people into the country who shouldn't be here, and who, once they get here, have to become part of the criminal element just to survive. This whole thing is awful. This is why you have to close the border, stop people like this from coming in and putting everyone's life in danger just so they can make money. Here we have another pursuit, and this one, the smuggler has stopped their vehicle. Officers are getting out. Let's see what happens.
Get out of the car. Yeah, what the was it?
you're... Why you have the rest of me? Right. Why am I being arrested? Who are all these people? They're homeboys. Homeboys? Not my homeboys. Alright.
So this guy appears to be...
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
He appears to be somebody who may have a vehicle in their own name. It's not a stolen vehicle. They look like a normal person living in this country, but here they are engaged in human smuggling.
Listen, I'm gonna see you in the car and then we'll talk. Shall I light my cigarette, please? What do you have? Knife? A knife. Okay. Apenas quedan los usar.
So they admit it. They just crossed the border. This guy hit them right through the right ear.
Unless he's long, he is more fun.
Smuggling
Están manchados.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
No sabe porque no sabe.
Beacon's here.
Here's another new suit of armor. Hey, Stark. You know me, always eager to improve. Worst off, remain the same since the very day it was forged.
Yeah, well, give me a suit of enchanted Uru armor and I promise I won't change it.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're ready for match. We're a bunch of deadbeats. I can do this myself.
I don't think that's the welcoming duty.
That fucking hurt.
That put a spring in my step.
You're welcome. Are we winning? No, I'm having a great time. You're welcome.
And at the same time,
I'll patch you up.
Enemy tag. Follow them. If robots chose to rise up against their creators, whose side would you stand on? Us against the world!
You're ready for action. Your powers are mine! Armed and dangerous! You ain't got rid of me yet. I'll patch you up.
Even better than my dream.
You're ready for
Pulse
action.
charge! Fear Magneto!
Supernova!
and these folks, they could move them because they can't get primary without
It's spider time!
So you've got this man right here, and it looks like
you're ready for action.
Doesn't look like
I am very wounded.
Get rid of the spider nest.
Berserker!
My good armor cards here. Hey up!
Avengers Tower.
You're welcome.
You're halfway there. Keep going!
Really gonna be caught up in. I don't know if I even want to know the answer, but get ready for an IQ moment.
This is a nice spot.
What really most Americans don't understand is that when they see this
I'll
mass
patch you
flow
up.
of people across the border,
Almost there. Don't turn them now.
as the largest form of modern slavery in the world.
This is real firepower.
Only 60 seconds against the world! Get ready. Here comes the bad guys.
You're welcome.
I am Asgard's might!
My good deed for the day.
Going back to those cartels.
That's incredibly frightening, but that's reality.
It's spider time!
put a spring in my step?
You're ready for This is a nice spot. Co-op time.
Magneto!
I'll patch you up.
Berserker!
Appreciate the boost.
Us against the world!
You're ready for edge. This is real firepower. You're ready for edge. Those guys are about to show us.
It's Spider time! Ready to reach the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Avengers Tower, home sweet home.
So believe it or not, crime in the subway has temporarily subsided, and it's not because of the new
This
weapons
is a nice spot.
testing. Instead, it's because the military has been down here since March, but they can't occupy the subway forever. And when they leave,
I'll
and
patch
all
you
that's
up.
left in the subway are a few body scanners scattered throughout. Critics say the criminals will come back with a vengeance.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. You're ready for edge. Together to victory.
No. That spider nest has got to go.
Co-op, you're welcome. My good deed for the day. This is way more fun than it should be. I'll get you to
Us against the world!
You're ready for edge. Don't mind me. I'm just dying. Let myself get hit.
It's Spider time!
You're welcome.
Disappear! 60 seconds left.
Supernova!
I'll get you next time.
Berserker! Rage!
This is real firepower! I'll patch you up. Together to victory!
Us against the world!
I'm back! Military and extra police, and then go commit crime somewhere else. Which is exactly what's happening at street level. Because the 1,000 officer surge that's been taking place in the subway for months.
You're welcome. This is a nice spot.
Well, it's been working now.
Someone's
Final 10 seconds!
Shoplifting at our stores and businesses. A wave of moped-riding gangsters robbing diners as they eat bagels in Soho. Plus, our laundromats are under thieves who
Get that vehicle moving again!
residents upset that they can no longer
The current score is
the city's got to do
1,
something as long as
2,
it doesn't involve
0.
hiring more police, which the mayor is in favor of. or
Time to
locking
switch
up
things
our
up,
criminals, which the city
including
council
which
is not
side
in
you're
favor of,
on.
because then somebody might spend their birthday.
Who are you calling a
raccoon?
raccoon, huh?
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Randomly tested throughout the subway system, because if they work, the subway will finally become a progressive paradise where the bad guys steer clear of the law-abiding of their own volition, or maybe just walk around the detectors because they're not going to be everywhere at once. But that's not the only problem. Local activists now want to sue the city, saying these scanners will violate people's constitutional rights. Plus, the technology is not 100% perfect, which critics say could lead to false alarms that put commuters and law enforcement in danger. But anyway, the city is between a rock and a hard place because crime is everywhere the police aren't, which means these controversial weapon detectors, even if they don't work, they still might be here to stay.
We'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
So here we are at the Fulton Street subway station. This is where the weapon detectors were unveiled.
Don't contest it. You just
and
spread
shipped
your...
off somewhere else. I asked upstairs where they were located, and they said they were not exactly sure where the city was putting them because it is now a secret. It's a pilot program. They want to test
The battle
out.
starts in 5,
When they tested
4,
them in this very
3,
very busy
2,
transit hub,
1.
people's reactions to how well they
Our enemies are here. Now! That fucking hurt!
medicine.
that are not exactly sure that we need help. Granted, there are some people who think that they make a massive difference. I am one of those people. I hope they work. And even though on the time
You're
will
ready
tell
for
if these
it.
machines are able to early trust the workers, there are
Those
some
fingers don't grow on trees, you know.
which is why
See, I'm blocking
they
help.
just scoff at them. So the way that these AI-powered wherever it thinks that there's a threat, it pinpoints it.
You're ready for action.
Part does the best to see what the machine found. These things are not exactly new. They're in Disney World, they're in football stadiums, but they will be new here in the subway once they roll them out. But what's interesting is we're heading into test.
Us against the world.
See, I'm blocking help. Don't mind me. I'm just dying. This is real firepower! Relay deployed! It ain't You're welcome!
Well, then you can just find another station that doesn't have these. And there's a reason they chose this station to be a $1 billion facility that was built 10 years ago. It's in the basement of the Pulse Center. It's got a whole bunch of subway lines.
I'll patch you up.
Anywhere in town. But there was a major issue with
I unleash the Vishanti's power.
He's stuck in a dirt track.
the issues that businesses have here, like
I'll get you next time.
Feel the wrath of the goddess! You're ready for action!
My time to shine.
stealing from the cash registers of these little shops.
Rockets, launch it again!
Will first be installed at high-profile stations like this one is so that the city can say that, hey, look, we have cleaned these places up, we're keeping them safe, but the fact that some of the crime being committed here doesn't involve a weapon brings up another issue. We gotta stop people from using their hands to do things that are wrong. And when these things think...
Oh, someone scratch my back! You're ready for
Us against the world. Us against the world.
Disappear!
Suffering
I'm back! Some serious tweaks that have to get worked out. Also, they just
Only
unveiled
60
them for the
seconds
press
left.
once at one station to say that they're coming, and then they've packed up. I can't find them anywhere. Now, the way these scanners are
This is a
supposed to
nice
work is that
spot.
they are embedded with profiles of various objects that they are looking for. And when they find one of those things, they go off. When they don't find one of those things, they do not go off. But no technology is perfect, and one of the things people are worried about is what happens if it goes off and freaks everyone out and escalates things with a law enforcement officer to a dangerous
There's still a chance to stop them.
see the subway turn into this.
Better stop that
like an
vehicle.
airport where it takes forever to
Down to
walk.
30 seconds.
Take off your stuff. Take off
This is a
your
nice
We don't
spot.
have that, especially when it's $2 to buy this thing. But there's another problem with these scanners that we use without opening them.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
As long as I got bullets, I win.
They're suing to try and stop them, even though they were only set up at one station. And now
I'll patch you up.
What's interesting about this is the same activists, they were pretty upset that the NYPD started doing bag checks, yet those very same bag checks have worked. And maybe folks who aren't in favor of random searches have just decided
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. This is real firepower! You're ready for action!
The city needs these weapon detectors, and the hope is that if these things work, they can
Thanks.
start riding the subway.
Someone scratch my back! You're welcome!
I would have hurt him for certain.
My good deed for the day!
Tommy, I'm ready.
So here we have a police car, and right over here we
stuck
have
him in their
to
tracks.
another subway station. And yes, crime is a big reason why people don't want to use the subway. But the other problem is that even when people try to use it,
You're welcome.
something else.
This is a nice spot! Ready for action!
My hex needs more time.
Ready to unleash the light force.
And looks as
This
inviting
is a
as
nice
a haunted
spot.
house. Now, the delay in question happened when a transformer broke down, shutting off
Down to 30 seconds.
I could eat.
Against the
This is real firepower!
Final 10 seconds.
Team play! That's me.
We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. Behold that child!
Hey, the human host is down. You're welcome.
On top of that, the trains themselves are delayed. Which line is he riding on? And when the subway's purpose is to get people from A to B and it doesn't, how do you warrant further investment? Or at least how do you convince the general public that
I'll catch you up.
what this place needs when it's already got so much?
Better stop that vehicle! Rated half lane! Stop them!
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
Us against the world.
This is real firepower! I'll patch you up.
Basic maintenance if we're not.
Final score.
Failure that
2,
shuts down the
1.
entire system is such a big deal that it warrants a press conference. Why wasn't it such a big deal that it was ever fixed when it was supposed to be fixed? And many people
Another epic victory!
it was never there over the last 30 years to fix this thing because after it broke and shut down service everywhere, they magically found the money to fix it. Whose job was it to fix this? And after they left the MTA 25 years ago, who came into their position and was supposed to do their job and didn't do it? Do you see? We've got a lot of failure going on here, and it's not just a one-time thing, and it's not because of congestion pricing taxes of all things. Yes, those would have brought in millions of dollars to the subway. Yes, they were banking on running their operation the way they've been running it for the last 30 years, ignoring equipment failures and just getting a whole bunch of new money. But where is this money going? I looked into that, and according to this Reddit discussion, where anonymous posters give their 2 cents, 58% of the budget for the subway is spent on employee salaries. That's over half the money that they get goes to paying people that might not be doing their jobs. Debt is also a major issue because every time the subway wants to make some sort of capital improvement, they don't have the money to do it, so they sell bonds and go into debt to make their repairs. Or to build these fancy new ad-supported projectors telling us about the Olympics. When the old ad spammers looked like this and just showed us a poster, what's wrong with this? Nobody's even looking at this stuff. And it looks like the things that are dragging the subway down are its past failures combined with its current failures and its reactionary method of management. We only fix catastrophic problems after they have occurred, not 30 years ago when they were supposed to get fixed, yet somehow we magically have the money immediately after it goes wrong. And the entire time it wasn't fixed, our excuse was that we didn't have the money, so something's not adding up here. And we're also spending millions of dollars on modernization programs like this cool tap-to-pay system right here. And what most people don't know is these new fancy smartphone readers, they're a replacement
for the MetroCard system, which doesn't work correctly. Yes, we know that. But prior to that, we had a token-based system, and there were never tokens lying on the ground that people would leave, because those were actual money that would get you into the subway and let you ride it. They did away with those machines, spent millions of dollars upgrading them, and now we have another replacement for them, which also costs millions of dollars, all to accomplish the idea of people getting on the train and riding it. Which could mean that anytime the city is supposed to spend money on the subway, they just waste it, or they go after projects that don't have any meaningful impact on the experience every single day of riders. Riders who just want to get on the train, not worrying about whether or not they're going to be assaulted by someone who's sitting next to them.
Did you see the guy that's impeaching Trump? I was gonna watch that. I never got a chance to. So this is the guy with the weird hair. Where's his video? There's the video. So this is him, and he made this video. It was a couple of days ago, and it was about impeaching Donald Trump. Here we go. Let's watch it.
This is Congressman Shri Thanedar. Donald Trump has already done real damage to our democracy, but defying a unanimous 9-0 Supreme Court ruling, that has to be the final straw. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. The court said the wrongfully deported Kilmer Garcia must be allowed to return and receive due process. Trump,
he's not being allowed by El Salvador.
Ignored it. He ignored the Constitution. He ignored the very checks and balances that keep our democracy intact. This isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a dangerous, deliberate pattern. That's why today I introduced a resolution to impeach Donald J. Trump, outlining 7 articles of impeachment.
I mean, can we just take a step back and realize how fucking retarded it is that we have to bring a person back who is an illegal immigrant, criminal, wife beater, that isn't even supposed to be here in the first place? Like, I don't know how the Supreme Court came to this conclusion. I don't think the Supreme Court is any sort of an arbiter of justice at all. They made the decision for Citizens United, okay? I don't trust or give a fuck what they say at all. If I think about this logically, it makes literally 0 sense. Nothing about this makes sense at all to me. There's a process? Oh, yes. I'd rather live in a democracy rather than a bureaucracy. When the process becomes so involved and so complex that you effectively use the advocacy of the process, like I'm of the mindset the process was followed. Well, here's my mindset. I think we should change the process, because very clearly this is a huge waste of time. It's very contentious, and the way that we handle illegal immigrants, we should change the way that we do them. Yeah, then change legally. Exactly. That's what I think should happen.
Article 1. Obstruction of justice and abuse of executive power. From denying due process to unlawful deportations, Trump defied court orders. Article 2. Taking away Congress's power of the purse. Trump dismantled agencies and froze funds without permission from Congress.
What you have to understand about a lot of these people is that they hide between layers, and this is what happens in a lot of corporations, is that they hide between infinite layers of bureaucracy, complexity, and red tape in order to slowly enact what they want to do. And then if you ever try to work against them, they hide behind all of that red tape, right? They do that unlawful deportation. Exactly, right? And so the authority of these people, exactly.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
Appeals, you got all these systems, and these systems, what I'm saying is that the system is designed.
Who are you calling a raccoon, huh?
In itself.
Article 3.
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match?
International aggression.
Yeah.
He imposed damaging tariffs and threatened military invasions of our allies. Article 4. Violation of First Amendment rights. He has retaliated against both journalists, attorneys, and critics for exercising their right to free speech. Article 5.
They've been doing that forever.
Creation of an unlawful office establishing the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, and giving Elon Musk unconstitutional power over our government and personal data.
Oh, jeez, this again.
Article 6. Bribery and corruption.
Elon Musk is going to read your text
Dismiss
messages.
criminal cases and solicited payments from foreign governments.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
For personal,
Be wary.
political
No
gain.
timeline exists where Magneto yields.
Article 7. Tyrannical overreach, swine, and most importantly, he is attempting to consolidate unchecked power and erode the constitutional limits of the presidency. In this country, we have presidents, not kings.
We have a bureaucracy, a massive bureaucracy created by people in order to maintain their own power. That's
Round one.
I will
These
never
people have
allow
entrenched
Krakoa
themselves
to suffer
in
the
so many
same
layers
fate
of
as
processes
Genosha.
that it's impossible to reverse what they've done. They
They'll
actively
be coming in
ignore
30 seconds.
processes, and
Stay
they
strong.
actively ignore protocol in order to allow things to happen. And then whenever you try to remove the thing that they allowed,
We do make a
they
pretty good
actively try to say,
Kate's not
oh, well,
returning my
you need to
calls,
care
so
about the protocol.
what
You
do
need
you
to
say?
care about this.
Wanna be my new
Well,
partner?
if you cared about it, you would have used it in the first place.
I'll take what I can get.
Not just
Yep.
misconduct.
Total bullshit.
Teachable
The battle starts in 5,
This isn't
4,
leadership.
3,
It's tyranny.
2, 1.
He led his family.
It seems we have company. Ah, much better.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
So he puts this out a few days ago. I think everybody pretty much like they're obviously
I feel like myself again.
Us against the world. Bring on the chaos.
Power time.
Much better. Double cover. Nice.
You stop them in their tracks. Disappear. Neo peasants.
Armed and dangerous. Again. Again. Again.
Don't Loki when there's Bucky. It's just gonna reset his own.
He's a mutant.
You waited halfway. Stop them.
The U.S. economy is undergoing what economists refer to as a growth stanza. Now, obviously,
Supernova! I feel like myself again.
Stop that vehicle. There's still a chance to stop them.
Magneto! So disappointing. Again! Purge the darkness! You need not fear. Shields in the much
Only 60 seconds left.
You shall not be harmed.
He's stopped in their tracks.
Us against the world. Fear Magneto!
Disappear! Down to 30 seconds.
I unleash the Vishanti's power.
I feel like myself again.
The final 10 seconds.
No, Laura, it's not. We're not going to be eating cold beans huddled over a fire like, well, at least the president's happy. As long as he's backing that ass up, I think America's going to
The current score is 0-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Don't do that ever again.
Be wary. No timeline exists where Magneto yields.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Live last London for being president, but as we all know, the American media is just as divided as the country itself. So, depending on which cable news network you watch, Trump's first 100 days were either he's sick or he's sick.
100 days, Donald Trump has the lowest approval rating of any president in the history of modern polling. Voters across America are weighing in saying yes.
Round 2, go!
For so long, I fought for mutant kind's future. Our time has finally arrived.
Donald Trump deserves an F. I would give President Trump an A, maybe even an A+.
Fear and pessimism.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
1,361 days to go.
If you step out of line, Mr. Barnes, I will not hesitate to rip that metallic limb from your body.
Then I guess it's a good thing I only need one arm to take you out.
27 years. I can't still be talking about Trump when I'm in my late 40s.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, cable news
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
The moon haunts you! Your powers are mine!
Against the world!
Hold, club.
You are under my protection. Stand down! Again!
Us against the world!
You shall not be harmed. Do clean up your toys, Mr. Spectre. Here's how you shoot! Fear Magneto! Your powers are mine!
Against the world!
Fear Magneto! Fatal attraction!
Nice.
Here they come!
Found my weak spot.
Much better. Armed and dangerous! Again! The moon haunts you! He has fallen.
We have to hurry. The weapon's in danger. Trump said that the declaration
Again!
I'm opening a portal.
of independence. How did Trump find the one
Get that vehicle moving again!
pentagram of Ferrara. Against the world.
Only 60 seconds left.
Enemy in front of us. Hey, Dee! Enjoy the journey into mystery. I purge the darkness. The darkness. Well, we are on our heels. This place.
Final score 1-2-0.
Really? That's what Trump said? Trump actually said that? Could we just check the tape on that?
Another epic victory. Big win.
1047. The first president of Empire of the Southern United
Yeah, my bad. I misremembered. But the wildest part of the interview by far was when it turned to Trump's deportation of Kilmar Garcia, who Trump says doesn't need due process because anyone can tell that Garcia is in the gang MS-13 just by looking at his tattoos.
And you'll pick out one man, but even the man that you picked out, he said he wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13. There's a discrepancy. Wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles.
He had some tattoos that are right that way.
Let's move on.
Okay, let me just explain what's going on here. Garcia has tattoos on his hand, and someone labeled a photo of them trying to prove that they're actually a code. The problem is, Trump thinks that the labels are part of the
Which hero do you think you want to be
and he
today?
is very, very insistent on it.
Let's move on.
Who are you calling a raccoon, huh?
MS1. It says MS1. That was Photoshop. Do you want me to show you the picture? I saw the
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match?
Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on it. I want to turn to Ukraine. I want to get to Ukraine.
He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted.
Now I understand why he's so proud of that Gulf of America poster. He thinks Gulf of America is actually written on top of the water. Makes sense. And what is so crazy is that Terry Moran kept trying to change topics, but Trump wouldn't let him. I have never seen an interview where a reporter catches a politician in a gotcha, and the politician is the one who says, "Stop trying to move on. I am not done embarrassing myself." But I will hand it to Terry Moran. He held his ground to the point where he actually wore Trump out. And that's when
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
Okay? It's you just such a disservice. We'll take a look at that. Why don't you just say it? Yes, he does. Go on to something else.
It's contested. Ukraine.
why don't you just say I'm right? Up is down, left is right, Santa's real. And that is Trump in a nutshell. I can't prove the insane things I believe, so just go along with them. Don't believe your eyes, believe the Photoshop. But I for one, will not believe the Photoshop, okay? I will go into the rest of the term with my eyes wide open, staring and watching. Oh God, no! Oh, my eyes!
You can count on me. I got a plan.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
What is a hero? An overgrown child with memory.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Knock that over.
So if the timelines are all entangled, how many MJs is there?
The first quick update, we've been following the case of
An unpleasant position.
You're welcome. Assistance.
How refreshing. Bless the healing arts.
Healing. Why would I need
I'll patch you up.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
This is real firepower! Feels like I'm naked. Born again! With the amazing Spider-Man! I'm not gonna make it.
The thing that's like
Relay deployed! It ain't cheap! You're welcome! See? I'm fucking helpful!
bless the healing.
No! Look! You still own me!
I only wish I had done it myself.
I'll patch you up!
Armed and dangerous!
Ow! That fucking hurt! Those guys are about to shoot at us!
Control lost! Their team's capture progress is past the halfway point. I am very hard.
My... You're welcome! I'll patch you up. Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. This is real firepower.
Us against the world!
You're welcome.
Better than Aunt May's chicken soup.
You ain't got rid of me yet. Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
If it's a homegrown criminal, I have no problem. I'm talking about really bad.
You're ready for action.
I'll get you next time.
This is a nice spot.
I think the hosts of The View are about to get administratively better.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
You're welcome.
The only squid I want is an appetizer.
I'll patch you up. You get away with it. You get away with it. You get away with it.
Control lost. We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I'll patch you up.
I'll get you next time.
Your powers are mine.
Rocket, can you walk?
This is real firepower. I'll patch you up.
Department of Justice investigations into an individual whose sole crime was suggesting that the 2020 election had been safe and well administered. You know, the bad people. But authoritarianism isn't just policies. It's an aesthetic.
I do the right thing unless the wrong thing is more fun.
Eastern autocrats. It's a Pinterest vibe that speaks to the power of one's position, the riches that are the privilege of the office. Does Trump measure up?
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
You have the mantle and you have the cherubs.
What manner of creature are you?
None of your business.
When you enter my realm, I will know everything.
I'm never coming anywhere near your flarkin' realm. You can count on that.
Visited me in the night and asked me to change my ways.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Call me a raccoon. We're gonna have a problem.
Have you ever heard an angel scream? It is erotic.
More foes to conquer.
Armor packs here. Hey, you're ready for action.
Conquered.
Those were the
Stupid
best
fish man
healing.
called in
Why
stupid
would I select the mission area is yours to capture now. The mission area is yours.
Someone scratch my back. I'll patch you up.
I appreciate you.
That is much better. You're ready for action.
Us against the world. Let's take a step back. Fall back and regroup.
You're welcome.
An opportunity for combat.
Your powers are mine.
Us against the world.
My good deed for the
Can you rock to rocket? Can you rock?
This is real firepower.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
I'm just dying.
Everybody needs a hand sometimes.
You're welcome.
I'm very hard. Your dick is so big, we can barely lift it because
I'll get you next time.
I'll patch you up.
Glory's almost yours. My friends are here. I appreciate you. Co-op time.
Thanks. Wish I could hear you back. I'll patch you up.
Maximum pulse!
Us against the world. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. Control lost.
The king of the seas has called for.
I'm gonna get some revenge. I'll patch you up.
Dear leader, Donald Trump also has
Tandy needs help.
Thanks.
This is a nice spot.
Walk in, walk in, walk in, walk in, walk in.
You're ready for action. Your powers are mine. Rockets, launch it again. I'll patch you up.
Healing. Why would I need healing?
My
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
I'll patch you up. Armor packs here. Pay up. That is much better.
I got an ouchie. I got an ouchie.
This is real firepower.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Maximum
Ready for action. Team play. Relay deployed. It ain't cheap.
guy, but he has a front butt. I mean, we all get there. It's fine. You can have it.
But what's with... He is forged by...
Just say it. There's nothing I can fix.
Not only confirm my job as physically Dad, I don't know what to tell you other than I
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
You guys are the coolest! I always thought so. Now let's kick some butt, shall we? You're pretty cool yourself. Being able to understand animals, I wish I could do that. Yeah, all you have to do is listen. They really hate you.
Everybody like doing he's such an ego.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Good health and youthful appearance.
Living is so overrated.
Everyone that knows the president knows how funny he is. That decreases stress.
Don't mind me.
Touch of healing.
I'm just dying. I was a little messed up there. Thanks. This is a nice spot.
Why would I need healing? Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
I cannot heal you there. I cannot heal you. I cannot heal you. I cannot heal you. Walk the fucking.
How refreshing. I have encountered a real...
Us against the world!
Rock.
Capture the mission area! They got the drop on you!
Namor called it back. Your powers are mine!
Against the world!
Too much damage. Don't mind me. I'm just dying. This is real firepower! Team play. That's it. You're ready for action.
Control C's!
How refreshing.
Those portals always mean trouble.
I'll patch you up.
I'll get you next time.
Relay deployed. Hell unleashed!
Face my crows. Healing. Why would I need
I'm
healing?
gonna get some revenge.
Zelensky's playing checkers and Trump is playing chess. Trump's 3D chess move.
He's actually playing 4D chess.
President Trump's 5D chess.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. You're ready for action.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Ooh, a touch of healing.
You're welcome. My good deed for the day.
Bro, stop jumping. What? Stop going in there.
Why would I need healing?
That fucking hurt. I'll patch you up.
I am ready to put on a show.
But I ultra cat. Maybe you can ultra.
This is real firepower. See, I'm sure can help. You're welcome.
Ah shit, I'm dead. My back. Oh no, I'm not back.
My friends are here. We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
President Trump's likeness on the $100 bill. A really
This, Loki.
Donald Trump's face.
It's gonna be on all our money and all our fucking mountains. So Trump's got it all. Authoritarian law, the looks.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Chaos and confusion from Wall Street.
The market's lost more than $6.5 trillion.
They've wiped out 11
trillion. Turning now to yet another plane crash.
The worst measles outbreak of this century.
100,000 federal workers have been fired.
The Trump administration unfiring some of the federal workers.
President Trump's tariff train escalates the global trade war.
The president hits pause on his global trade war.
The president made it clear yesterday this is not a negotiation.
Donald Trump says it is a negotiation.
The president exempted smartphones, computers, and other devices from his new reciprocal tariffs.
The president later posting there was no tariff exception announced on Friday.
So close. So frustrating to see someone just on the precipice of illiberal leadership, but he just can't put it all together. Is Trump Putin or Xi? Not yet. But there's no question that he's a young upstart. There's a lot of potential. But if he can't bump his numbers in the getting shit done category, he's going to hit the ceiling pretty quick. You know what? Let me, Donald, let me have a word. President Trump, Generalissimo. Oh, great Moses. I don't know what your advisors have told you about the authoritarian bargain, but the basic deal is this. The American people look the other way while you disappear undesirables, knuckle under the elites, ban all 7 trans athletes from our nation's beloved NCAA fencing tournaments. You know, all the people that are holding us back. And then you, in turn, make shit work.
Rachel Zegler, like so many kids raised on TikTok, she's all for Infitata is the only global solution.
Wait, how often are you in line for the Snow White ride?
The fallout from the box office flop of Snow White has reached legendary proportions, and our resident cultural commentator Bill Maher couldn't resist weighing in with his signature insight. His take was so cutting that it prompted Rachel Zegler herself to step out of her PR bunker and share a video response wondering how this cinematic disaster turned into a full-blown drama. Grab a seat, seriously, you're going to want one because things are about to get hilariously chaotic. And before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on moments like this.
Rachel Zegler, like so many kids raised on TikTok, she's all for Infitata is the only global solution.
They're leaning into woke. Hardcore.
They're petrified of some kind of backlash.
Right off the bat, Bill Maher takes aim at Rachel Zegler's over-the-top social media commentary, and honestly, it's about time this is the same actress who contributed to one of Disney's biggest flops. While behaving as if she was doing the company a favor, it's still a mystery how she landed the role of Snow White. She doesn't possess standout talent or any particular skills, and from day one, her agenda seemed more focused on making a statement than embodying the character. Snow White, after all, is literally named for her fair skin, yet here we have Zegler, a woman of color, in the role. But hey, when you're trying to make a statement, who needs to stick to the source material, right? What really sets her apart, though, are her social media rants, which can only be described as cringeworthy and excessively woke. As Mara pointed out, what do you expect from someone who thinks Infanta is the solution to the global crisis? The kind of commentary so outrageous, it might even make Whoopi Goldberg raise an eyebrow. It felt like she was on a personal mission to provoke before the film even hit theaters, and judging by its dismal box office performance, mission accomplished. But wait, it's even more intriguing from here.
This is just so typical of the left. The progressives always finding a way to find their way back to doing something not progressive.
Absolutely spot on. Progressives like Rachel Zegler seem to have a unique knack for undermining progress while insisting they're advancing it. It's honestly astounding, like witnessing someone set their own house ablaze while touting the eco-friendliness of the flames. Zegler genuinely believed that her audacious statements, anti-fan tirades, and complete disregard for the original story would catapult Snow White into some sort of woke hall of fame. In her mind, she was spearheading a revolution, but in reality, she drove Disney right off a cliff with comments like these.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. saw the logo and I went, that's my name, Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out. I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
She didn't just drop the ball, she kicked it into another dimension. This was a character cherished since 1937, yet Rachel somehow drained all the magic charm and nostalgia from it. What was once a beloved fairy tale defining Disney turned into a cautionary tale about the pitfalls of prioritizing ideology over storytelling, but hey, at least she remained true to herself. While her film remained miles away from theaters, nobody could resonate with the Snow White remake. Everything from the casting to the crew, even the soundtrack, felt contrived, painfully woke, and utterly nonsensical.
Disney deleted Someday My Prince Will Come and made a modernized feminist alternative.
They say all you have to do to make your wish come true is let it echo, 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 echo.
It's awful, generic. Never mind that the lyrics make no sense at all. All you have to do to make your dream come true is let it echo. Is it like on a metaphorical level? What does that mean?
What does that even mean if you thought that was the worst of it? Hold on tight. Rachel Zegler and Disney's so-called woke crusade didn't just irritate people, it ignited a firestorm of backlash from fans, critics, and just about anyone with common sense. Instead of backing down or issuing a half-hearted apology, Zegler did what so many modern Hollywood stars do. She doubled down. She derided the original story as if it were an outdated relic, threw shade at the very audience she was meant to win over, and took cheap shots at critics like Bill Maher, who had the audacity to call her out. Instead of showing any humility, she played the victim while attacking the source material that initially made her relevant. It was a masterclass in transforming a PR blunder into a full-blown catastrophe.
To everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
You see what she's doing here? It's a classic move, play the victim, after unleashing a torrent of woke commentary on social media, mocking the original Snow White, insulting the fan base, and taking jabs at anyone who dared to criticize her. Rachel Zegler now wants sympathy, acting as if she's under attack, completely oblivious to the fact that the backlash was not just random, it was practically invited by her own words. This is straight from the Hollywood playbook. Stir the pot, act superior, then cry foul when the internet strikes back. Zegler seemed to court controversy with every interview and tweet yet.
They're rising now, the judges returning to the courtroom. Let's listen in.
All right. Shall we try this again? All right. Let's do that. All right, we're ready for the jury.
Okay, and finally, new rule. Someone must tell the usual suspects on the far left that the saying is, when you're in a hole, stop digging, not keep digging. Talk about doubling down on what got you fucked in the first place. Even the one concession I've heard a few people on the losing side offer, that liberals should stop saying the Trump voters are stupid, comes with a kind of unspoken parentheses. We know they are stupid, just don't say it. Yeah, I got bad news for you. They don't have a monopoly on stupid. You wear Queers for Palestine t-shirts and masks 2 years after the pandemic ended. And you can't define woman, I mean person who menstruates. You're the teachers' union education party, and you've turned schools and colleges into a joke. You just lost a crazy contest to an actual crazy person. You love to speak truth to power, and we always should, but you have completely lost the ability to speak truth to bullshit. The Democratic polling firm Blueprint told Democrats months ago that black voters, aka their supposedly liberal base, were more likely to find the president too liberal than too conservative. They also found that voters didn't just want Harris to distance herself from Biden, they wanted her to distance herself from what they believe the entire Democratic Party has become. A Portlandia sketch. A bunch of privileged mean girls complaining about privilege and trying to make fetch happen. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election loss as a result of racism and sexism. Yes, if only we weren't so irredeemably unenlightened, we would have elected a black president by now. Oh, what, we did? Oh, right, and then re-elected him. Maybe you missed it because it wasn't on TikTok. And sexism? Hillary got 3 million more votes than Trump, which in a normal country would be called a victory. It wasn't 21st century sexism that prevented a woman from being president. It was the Electoral College. Democrats run for office as if the voters don't live here, as if they don't go to the grocery store and Starbucks and the office, but they do. They live here, and they actually see women and people of color, and it doesn't look like some patriarchal racist nightmare. Do problems remain pertaining to racism and sexism? Of course. But a poll last year asked, if America is the greatest country in the world, more blacks and Hispanic Americans agreed with that than the white progressives. It asked if racism is built into our society. White progressives agreed with that at higher levels than black and Hispanic people. It asked if government should increase border security. Same result. Hispanic Americans are less okay with illegal immigration than whitey. The votes are in. They don't want your pity. And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them. Black people, they're just like us. Kamala spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but fuck your feelings. Look at this chart. Yes, there's a lot to not like already about the new regime, but maybe take 1 week to ask what you did wrong. The basis for Democratic campaigns has become, we're the smart people. That we know from the get-go. No need to look into that. We know that a priori, which is a Latin phrase the Red Hat people wouldn't have a clue about. But they don't need to. Have you seen my "In this house we believe" lawn sign? See, it says right on it, we believe in science. Right, which is why you demanded no one even debate whether COVID could have escaped from the one lab in the one city where they were studying it. How far-fetched. The New York Times called it racist. Democrats have become like a royal family that, because of so much incest, has unfortunately had children who are retarded. And the same thing can happen to ideas if they are also conceived in an atmosphere of intellectual incest. Maybe take the clothespins off your noses and actually converse with the other half of the country. Stop screaming at people to get with the program and instead make a program worth getting with. What good is liberalism if you don't win elections? Last week, Massachusetts Congressman Seth Moulton said, I have 2 little girls. I don't want them getting run over on a playing field by a formerly male athlete. But as a Democrat, I'm supposed to be afraid to say that. Yes, there's the problem in a nutshell. Because Congressman Moulton sounds reasonable to me, but his campaign manager immediately resigned in protest. Let me make this as plain as I can to the smart people. The campaign manager who resigned, yeah, let that person go. Marginalize that guy. Try making too woke be a cancelable offense. It's important for America to have a center-left party, and for that party to be competitive. And a good first step toward that goal would be to make the voters not want to punch you in the face. I will conclude by saying the reason I'm so mad at the Democrats is because as a voter, the issues that were important to me were democracy and the environment. And now, there's no one to champion or defend either of them because you, with your aggressively anti-common sense agenda and shitty exclusionary attitude, blew it. You lost everything. House, Senate, White House, Supreme Court, and left us completely unprotected and ready to be violated. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody! Actually, we're on next week. We're on next week for our season finale. I will see you then.
Welcome to The Daily Show. I am your host, Jon Stewart. And you know what? You know what? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Welcome to the Resistance. I promise you. Actually, being facetious, but okay. I promise you for the remainder of the next 4 years, I will only speak to you in this tone of voice. This close to the camera. I will be relentless. Or, well, they will. I'm here Mondays. Really not even that many. There's dark weeks, and holidays and vacation. The point is this. You can count on me for, it's really about 15 hours of resistance total. All right, go back out to the thing. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We got a good one for you tonight. Later, I'll be talking with, after we do the show this evening. Oh, look at that tie. I'm going to be talking with Thomas J. Brennan. He's the founder of Warhorse, a nonprofit military reporting organization. They do fabulous work. You know, a gentleman in the audience asked me a little bit earlier. He said, hey, last week, what happened? Now, he may have meant it rhetorically. But if you remember, the last time that we spoke, it was midnight on election night. And it seemed even at that moment very clear Donald Trump had won the election in a bit of a thumpening. Now, part of the disorientation of the Democrats losing the electoral vote and the popular vote and losing ground in the cities and the areas around the cities and the areas around those areas, I guess you'd call it America, was that we had all been told by many of our best prognosticators it was going to be close. We ran the results in the computer 100,000 times. She won 50,001. He won 40,099, 99. But in this coin flip country, I was confident because the Democrats had a secret weapon in a close election, perhaps the most important weapon.
Since joining the race, the vice president has raised an eye-boggling $1 billion.
Call me eyes-boggled. See, the Democrats in a 50-50 election had $1 billion. A war chest to be spent on data analytics and polling and consultants and very clearly texting. There was a lot of texting. A lot of that money went to, how the did they just text me, I'm in the tub. I don't even have my phone. It just came through the water. And while, of course, maybe just giving away $1 million of it every day would have been the smarter, more efficient plan, no! The $1 billion went towards the one thing Republicans didn't have, couldn't have, that would put the Democrats over the top.
And the Harris campaign has a massive ground game, 50,000 volunteers.
With volunteers knocking on 5 million doors in Pennsylvania alone.
This is the first time some Democrats have told me they've ever heard of people knocking on the same doors a second time or a third time.
You know, if there's one thing people love, more than someone appearing randomly at their door once, it's that same person coming back 2 or 3 times to talk politics. Even though everyone from vacuum salesmen to Jehovah's Witnesses know that's a losing strategy. In fact, they've known that for decades. Let's just spend $250 million on it. You know what Democrats should do? Whatever money is left over, send those same people back to those voters' doors. And just knock again during dinner. And when the homeowner comes to the door, go, "What the f, Scott? I thought we connected." But the reason why, and I give them some shit for their strategies, but there was a method to the Democrats' madness.
Democracy and freedom are on the ballot.
Our democracy is on the line.
We have to protect democracy.
Have to work even harder to make sure that we defend our democracy.
We don't get to choose when we're asked to defend democracy. We just have to do it. And this is not a drill.
Noble words. And I'm glad to say Democrats did protect democracy. Just for the other side. Because when all is said and done, we had a free and fair election in which the Democrats had been prepared for almost every scenario but one.
The Harris campaign has built probably the most sophisticated, robust, impressive voter protection program in the history of presidential politics.
We have millions in the bank ready with lawyers all over the country that are ready.
Democrats have been planning on every one of these options for 4 years. Are Democrats ready? You bet they are.
We have county clerks ready to go, secretaries of state ready to go.
So it's all lined up. What are we forgetting, people? What? We got the lawyers, we got the protecting the... What do we got? We got... Jimmy, did you bring the voters? Oh, I thought you were bringing the voters. I brought the hate has no home here posters. Nobody brought the voters? Where are the voters? It turns out the election was stolen by more people voting for Donald Trump. It's quite a caper. Ocean's 74 million. So now, as many on the left fear the future, as they should, many others rue the past.
Joe Biden should have dropped out earlier.
There should have been an open primary.
People never got to know Kamala Harris.
They spent too little time talking about the economy.
Wildly overestimated the power of the abortion issue.
Chose the wrong VP.
Managed to alienate historic numbers of Latinos.
Abandoned the working class.
Democrats need a new way to talk about urban America.
Do that Joe Rogan podcast.
Trump spoke to the people. Democrats never once mentioned Arnold Palmer's never once. Yet focus group after focus group said, "You got anything on Arnold Palmer's?" If not, can you at least stand there and sway to Ave Maria for like an hour? Can you at least do that? But it's a delight to hear about why it happened from so many people who were so wrong about what was going to happen. And everyone has their own pet theory. But there's one theory that a lot of people seem to be coalescing around.
They were too woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx.
Too far to the left on transgender rights.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke.
Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
Social justice issues take a back seat when your son is in the basement vaping and playing video games and can't find a job.
I feel like that last guy was really venting more about his son. Everybody else had sort of a broader point, but his was just so specific. You really got to focus on, let's say, a kid in your basement vaping and just jerking off all over the couch, night after night. But point taken. Everyone's talking about this wokeness theory, from cable news to the op-ed section. And sometimes the op-ed section being read on cable news.
We want to get to the Maureen Dowd piece. Maureen Dowd's piece for the New York Times entitled Democrats and the Case of Mistaken Identity Politics.
Ooh! That was Morning Joe host Mika Brzezinski discussing a New York Times column by Maureen Dowd on how to escape the liberal bubble. I guess I'll just have to get the Times and read it myself unless there's another way to make this less entertaining.
We're going to read the entire piece, but it's worth it.
About wokeness? I couldn't even stay woke through that whole f***ing thing. Why don't you read us the Wordle? I only have one problem with the woke theory. I just didn't recall seeing any Democrats running on woke shit. These were the commercials I saw for the Democrats.
Sherrod Brown is working to fix our border crisis.
Mondaire Jones is working to secure our border.
Pat Ryan is restoring order at our southern border.
I'm Laura Gillen, and I'm here at the border of Nassau County. We're 2,000 miles from Mexico, but we're feeling the migrant crisis almost every day.
In Nassau County, by the way, Suffolk County, make my day. You want a piece of our strip malls? You're going to have to go through Laura Gillen. Those are the Democrats. The Democrats. I gave the police more money than they even wanted. I gave them planes and tanks. I built a moat around the country and filled it with alligators and chlamydia. They didn't talk about pronouns. They didn't say Latin X. It was the opposite.
We can't let China steal Wisconsin jobs.
Benefits for illegal immigrants? No way. Blocking support for white farmers? I mean, look at me.
Standing with law enforcement against defunding the police.
I've owned a gun my whole life.
Let me be clear. I don't want boys playing girls' sports.
You all know me. I've never pushed for sex changes.
Well, that's just a weird one at the end there. Come on, guys, you know me. He's like George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life. I'm not the guy who pushes sex. I'm in your shops every day. Mary, it's me, George Bailey. I'm not trying to get you to get a sex change. I'm just wishing I was dead. And don't forget about Kamala Harris. It's not like she was exactly waving around her NPR tote bag.
I have a Glock.
They didn't do the woke thing. They tried. They acted like Republicans for the last 4 months. They wore camo hats and went to Cheney family reunions. Do you know how dangerous it is to wear a hunting hat around Cheney's? You have any idea? Thought I had one more rip in me. I didn't. Democrats were mostly running against an identity that was defined for them based on a couple of months of post-George Floyd defund the police Me Too Instagram posts from 4 years ago. What happened was the country felt like government wasn't working for them. And the Democrats in particular were taking their hard-earned money and giving it to people who didn't deserve it as much as them. And so the Democrats got shellacked. I'm sure any robust examination of better policies is very welcome. But I just want to please assure people this isn't forever. This is the map in 1984 when Ronald Reagan won. That's the map. The only state the Democrats won was Minnesota. Yeah. Everyone thought that's the end of the Democrats. But 8 years later, there was a Democrat back in office. We don't know what's going to happen in 4 years at all. The only thing that is certain is this.
You all know me. I've never pushed for sex changes.
Welcome to the Daily Show. My name is Jon Stewart. It has been 2 weeks since the election. Feels like 2 months. So it's been 15 years since the election. This was me, election night. Oh. Was I ever that young? Or ever look that handsome? But Donald Trump is returning to power, and so once again it is time to saddle up la résistance. Because, if you remember, before Trump won the election, Democrats were clear-eyed about the stakes.
It's time that fascism is called fascism, and Americans know exactly what they're voting for.
He is paving the way to become a Vladimir Putin or to become an Adolf Hitler.
He is a threat to democracy.
He is a clear and present danger to our democracy, to our way of life.
The damage may be irreversible, the destruction could be unthinkable, and it would be a betrayal of everything that our framers fought for.
You're not even going to look up? You're not even going to... a little eye contact, a little inflection could drive the danger thing. You give it a little urgency, I feel passionately we should fight him on the beaches, in the field, God forbid the streets, the asphalt, and the sidewalk. It's really... Is it sad that the only thing that really makes it a Schumer impression is I put glasses on? Is that... Was it really that? You applauded literally just the glasses. I'm a pair of bifocals away from being Chuck Schumer's. You bastards. Now, I assume now that the Democrats have lost to the greatest threat we've ever faced as a nation, that they will be forthright in acknowledging, one, the Democrats' role in this catastrophic defeat, and two, the bleak hellscape we now face. Or...
We're proud of the fact that we've defeated more House Republican incumbents than they've defeated House Democratic incumbents.
We did flip 3 House seats from Republican to Democrat and gained back almost all of those that we had lost in 2022.
Yeah, almost is doing a lot of work in that sentence. Yeah, we almost gained back all we had lost. Almost is kind of a load-bearing adverb, spin-wise, finding a positive in what is clearly not good news. You can't, parents, good news, we gained back almost all of the children we lost on the field trip. Win-win. It's a new dynamic. It is a willful bright-siding this shit show that we celebrate in our new segment called The Audacity of Cope. Now, Technically, yes, Democrats have less seats. But have you heard who's in those seats?
In this freshman class alone, and I'm going to stop for cheers for each one of these because they're remarkable, we have our first trans member of Congress. We have an engineer from an immigrant community in the San Fernando Valley. We have the first Iranian-American Democrat in Congress. We have the youngest member ever elected to the House from New Jersey.
That's not a thing. How did you go from the reasonably impressive first Iranian Democrat to hold the seat to the, I think, somewhat reaching for youngest person ever from New Jersey? But by the way, to the audience, if you think that framing is not that interesting, wait till you hear that this record-breaking young phenom from New Jersey is 38 years old. 38 years old. God, come on. How far are we going with this? Oh, in Illinois, we elected a ginger. Oh, hey, yeah. We elected the first representative from Washington State who looks like he has a terrible secret. He ran on loneliness. Wow, this is going to be the most diverse group of congresspeople to ever get all their legislation blocked. So inspiring. But you know what? No, it's fine. People. But you know what? Those are just lowly House Democrats. How will the head of their party, the outgoing president, man the ramparts during this challenging and fraught, peaceful transition to fascism?
President Biden is in Brazil, where he became the first American head of state to visit the Amazon rainforest. He went there to highlight the dangers of climate change and the need to turn away from fossil fuels.
What the No way that desk was there. No way. Not a chance. In the middle of all this, he disappeared to the rainforest, starring in what appears to be like 4 Pixar movies in one mixed together. Clearly, Up is one of them. And Encanto, I'm going to say there's a little Moana, maybe WALL-E, had a powerful anti-consumerist message. Well, hopefully, listen, WALL-E's down there. Hopefully he has some inspiring words for us. Mr. President.
History is literally watching us now. So let's preserve this secret place for our time and forever, for the benefit of all humanity. Thank you very, very much.
Mr. President, I'm sorry. The tribe has spoken. Extinguish your torch. What is happening? You know, maybe this is how we should do the transfer of power. The winner moves into the White House, and the incumbent just wanders off into the jungle so that his nutrients may be returned to the soil. But of course, as the Democrats struggle, Donald Trump headed to Madison Square Garden with his grab him by the pussy posse to do his favorite thing, watch people submit. Oh, Trump likes submission in the octagon. He likes it out of the octagon. He likes submission from his enemies and even from his new friends. And by the way, it doesn't take much of a transgression to warrant a bended knee for Trump. For instance, last week, Trump's newly minted Health and Human Services nominee hit Trump with a bit of a lighthearted jab about his diet.
The stuff that he eats is really like bad. It's not, campaign food is always bad, but the food that goes onto that airplane is like just poison.
It's a little friendly swipe, boop. A little bit of ribbing, gentle ribbing, boop. and he will pay for his insolence.
President Trump, Elon Musk, Don Jr., RFK Jr., and Speaker Mike Johnson eating McDonald's on Trump's private plane.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Robert, come on in here. You think that's poisoned, huh? Eat it. Hey, Robert, eat the whole thing. Yeah, in front of us right now. Eat the whole thing. And by the way, when you're done eating the whole thing, Grimace is going to come in here and f*** in your ass. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's right. Grimace. Hey, Robert, eat the whole thing. Grimace is going to f*** in your ass while we're doing it. You got to make eye contact with him the whole time. Yeah, we're going to film it. I was just going to keep going with the premise, but by the way, I know we're focused on the humiliation of RFK Jr., but look at poor Mike Johnson there. Poor Mike Johnson right there. Oh, he didn't even get a seat at the cool kids table. And the sad part, this whole thing was Mike Johnson's bachelor party. Meanwhile, Joe and Mika Brzezinski Scarborough, who famously warned of the growing threat of Trump's fascism, also had an interesting announcement to make.
Last Thursday, we expressed our own concerns on this broadcast and even said we would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. And for those asking why we would go speak to the president-elect during such fraught times, especially between us, I guess I would ask back, why wouldn't we?
Because you said he was Hitler. Okay. Tap out. But look, we don't know what the visit was. We don't know what the tone of the visit was.
We talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents, and media outlets.
Oh, I bet you really laid down the gauntlet, Joe. I bet you walked in there and just let him have it, didn't you, Joey? I'm going to do a one-act play called Joe and Mika Go to Mar-a-Lago. Mr. President, your rhetoric is outrageous. I cannot in good conscience... Ooh, are those macaroons? The pink one is raspberry. We've learned nothing. Even those putting up resistance to Trump's agenda don't seem to understand who they're dealing with.
Senator Elizabeth Warren accusing President-elect Donald Trump's transition team of breaking the law, as there are reports it missed a deadline to file a required ethics pledge.
Hear ye, Hitler missed a reporting deadline. The war is over. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Republicans are playing chess and the Democrats are in the nurse's office because they glued their balls to their thigh. That is what is happening. The election that we just had was a repudiation of the status quo, an overly regulated system that is no longer responsive or delivering for the needs of the people or their beloved behatted squirrels. Oh, R.I.P. Peanut. Government is theoretically a constitutional system of checks and balances between equally powerful branches. But what government actually is an overly complicated Byzantine bureaucratic maze of rules, loopholes to those rules, and norms. Complex enough that A, if you want to find a rule that keeps you from doing something, you'll find it. And B, if you actually want to do something, you can find a loophole to get around said rule. And then the norms are just how often you've had to pull any of this shit. For example, Trump's, let's be generous, provocative and unorthodox cabinet picks. I don't think Hulk Hogan's been nominated yet. I think he's going to be the secretary of Take Your Vitamins! Democrats are positive that the vaunted constitutional rules of the Senate shall be the guardrail to this madness.
Certainly we can fight back.
The president nominates, the Senate confirms.
We're a check and balance. We're there to be a guardrail.
The Senate has a constitutional obligation to advise and consent on this nomination.
Oh, shit. You want Matt Gaetz, Mr. President? Prepare to be advice and consented, biatch. There is no way for the Constitution to allow you to get past it.
The Constitution does give the president power to adjourn the House and Senate on extraordinary occasions.
To unilaterally install his most controversial nominees and bypass the Senate confirmation process entirely.
That is our government in a nutshell. The rules say we can stop it. The loophole says, F that. And so what are you left with? The last refuge of losers, the norms.
I don't think that's appropriate, and I don't think that's what the founders intended.
That is not the custom.
Yeah, you can do it, and it's legal, but whatever, guy. We're going to think you're a dick. Republicans exploit the loopholes. Democrats complain about the norms over and over and over, and it has ghastly consequences. Remember when President Obama nominated Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court? Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell refused to give that a vote, saying, well, it's only one full year before the election. It's too close. Now, you could make a case that Obama could violate the norm, say the Senate failed their advice and consent, and appoint him anyway, and see whatever the happens. Fight. But they just went, well, we never heard of that rule, but, okay. Smash cut 2 months before a presidential election. Trump nominates Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court after the completely unforeseeable death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And as you can imagine, the Democrats went right to the nearby Kinko's.
Behind me is the McConnell rule. On February 13th, 2016, when Justice Scalia passed away, Senator McConnell said, and I quote, "This vacancy should not be filled until we have a new president."
And so Amy Coney Barrett was forced to head back to her homestead, never to be heard from a... Oh, they didn't give a... Oh! Oh, right, I forgot. They didn't give a... Look, let this show be the utterly ineffective hypocrisy finders. I can tell you from experience, it does nothing. You guys be the loophole guys that figure out how to get shit done, because they don't give a about your norms. They will exploit any loophole, even if they have to go through clearly closed windows to do it. You would think after Trump's presidency, Democrats would have learned, but they doubled down. When Biden tried to get immigration reform into the Inflation Reduction Act and the Senate parliamentarian told him he couldn't, did he respond to the rule with a loophole, or did he?
That's for the parliamentarian to decide, though, not for Joe Biden to decide.
No! That's for, you take the parliamentarian and you put them in a locker, and then you bring Grimace in and have him. That's what you do! Do you guys get what I'm saying? Perhaps a demonstration is in order. To get anything done, the Democrats feel like they must thread the needle to make sure, oh, we have to make sure each norm follows the overly complex bureaucratic process that we created ourselves. Oh, the parliamentarian, oh, I can't do it because the norm says, oh, I can't get anything done. Meanwhile, the Republicans come in and all they have to do is finger bang a donut. That's all they have to do. Oh, how are we going to get Matt Gaetz in if the advice and consent, oh, there it is right there. Boom, boom, there he's in there. There he's in. Ah, look at him, he's in. Do I have to sleep with this now? What? I've made you all uncomfortable. Now Trump has the House, Senate, presidency, and judiciary. So it's going to get harder, not easier. Democrats are going to have to forcefully play the loopholes. But the good news is, you're well set up for it. youngest congressional representative ever from New Jersey, 38-year-old LaMonica McIver. Unless, wait, I've got a loophole. What if Joe Biden got his vice president to not certify? No, President Biden, wait! Listen! Listen to the plan! Joe! Welcome to The Daily Show. Welcome to the frozen tundra of New York City. My name is Jon Stewart. What a historic day in Washington, D.C. It is, as many of you know, January 6th. It is January 6th. And as you can see, once again, a blanket of angry white descending on the Capitol. And this white, oddly enough, not as disruptive. It did snarl traffic, but a lot less bear spray and Confederate flags. Of course, it is January 6th. It is the day that traditionally we now pretend that we knew was a big deal in terms of certifying the elections. Be honest. Before that insurrection, you had no idea that was happening. You had no idea there was a January 6th ceremony or what it did or why it did. Now you just got to act like, oh, yes, the reading of the election. So important. But let's get to it. It always begins with the traditional children's procession, where they bring in boxes filled with the cremated remains of their dead pets. And then they dump them, all the ashes, on the speaker's desk. And then the speaker blows on the dust until the name of the president-elect is conjured in the mist. America is a wondrous land. But it's good to see them bringing in the boxes there. Nice to know that democracy now has pallbearers. So trenchant. Of course, the ultimate indignity of this January 6th is that Donald Trump's opponent, Kamala Harris, because she is the vice president, serves as the master of ceremonies to this. Really, you are a very reactive and sad group. The empathy is off the charts with this group. Kamala Harris has to be the master of ceremonies. But it does suck.
The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris
That's got to sting. She's like, I can hear you. God damn, it's like attending your own funeral. And even the mourners are like, woohoo! I can't imagine anything that would be more uncomfortable than standing there while the crowd applauds your opponent.
Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
Wait, that sounded louder. There's a lot of joy in that room. I think she can still win this thing. She just needs to find like 130,000 votes in Georgia. And then, some in Michigan and Pennsylvania, maybe Wisconsin, maybe they to flip North Carolina. But ultimately, the certification ceremony that we all look forward to every 4 years, since I was little, went off without a hitch. Because it's amazing how smoothly our democracy can work when you don't act like a little bitch when you lose. Not naming names, just saying. But it was lovely to begin this new political year on a peaceful and calm note, because the actual new year was really quite rougher. The hopeful dreams of a peaceful new year filled with love and camaraderie, of people in Times Square holding in their pee for 12 hours, shattered by a terrorist attack at 3:15 a.m. in New Orleans. The attack was sudden and horrific. It sent law enforcement scrambling to find the perpetrators and viewers scrambling to find out if the perpetrators, once found, would validate or invalidate their previously held political viewpoints.
And we are hearing local reports that the suspect has been named as Shamsud Din Jabbar, which would indicate Middle Eastern descent.
Oh, would it?
Nothing